What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Pat Benatar, and we're going back to the greatest hits compilation, Best Shots. I wanted to give a shout out not only to the people who've been commenting since the beginning of this deep dive, as well as to Han Solo for sharing this material, but also someone in the last few days has commented on a number of the Pat Benatar reactions, not only very enthusiastically about the tunes and her voice and just how, her musical presence, which is definitely something that I've picked up on, but also giving a lot of insight on the various songs. So big shout out to you. Do appreciate it, and maybe realize I had to get back to Pat. It's been about a week. So the next track on the Best Shots compilation is If You Think You Know How to Love Me. Am I getting that right? If You Think You Know How to Love Me. Yeah, it sounds like this person has another thing coming. It sounds like a conditional that the second half of which will be more critical or scathing. So yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the other part of it is if you think you know how to love me, maybe it's something about the way the relationship is started, and the way that this other person has to modify their behavior. But on the surface of it, and given the setup, if the conditional, it feels like no, you actually really don't. It feels like, again, they've got another thing coming. So we'll see what it is, and knowing at least a few of her songs where there's passion for the other person, but also a scathing rebuke of the worst parts of their nature. I'm thinking of Heartbreaker, certainly, where again it's a very complicated, if intense across the board emotion going in the other direction. So it makes me think it might be something like that. So let's find out. This is Pat Benatar, If You Think You Know How to Love Me, included on the Best Shots compilation. Summer here.
The dust that hung from the damp skies run, though it runs.
She's coming in with some I'd sing too. And then now maybe. Yeah, that's a cool one, especially vocally. I mean, like, how does she sound in the same song like a female Bruce Springsteen and Stevie Nicks over the course of the track? Like, it's crazy. But seriously, like, one of the raspiest, deepest, most bluesy vocal performances I've heard from her so far. But again, in other parts of the tune, she's sort of floating melodically and doing a higher like register delivery. So really enjoy her vocal talents, not just the power, but again, it seems like I'm realizing more and more she's sort of a chameleon. She can shift between vocal idioms like in the same track. And yeah, like I said, that one had a cool sort of deep. I mean, it talks about like a street in the city, like at night. I think in the opening, it kind of had that like urban like nighttime feel, but also like bluesy again, especially like in certain segments with her voice and the guitar. That section near the end in particular. So yeah, sonically and vocally, a really cool track. And again, it sounds like she's actually very into this other person, but she wants him to know that like, look, you can't be a passenger here. You gotta steer the ship, and you gotta show me, that there's something that, somewhere we're going. So yeah, it sounds like she's into him, but she wants to see what he's all about and where he would take the relationship. So yeah, maybe I'm misreading that. Maybe there's some layers I'm not picking up on, but that was sort of the vibe that I got. Yeah, another cool tune. Again, shout out to all the people commenting on the Pat reactions. Again, it's another artist that I knew through one or two tracks. Love is a Battlefield is mainly the one, and Heartbreaker, those two in particular. And as it turns out, there's one or two others. It's like, oh, wait a minute, I think I have heard this. But a number of these are completely unknown to me, this one included, and it's a testament to how much good music I'm beginning to realize was always out there. And again, I was single-digit kid in the 80s, double-digit or teenager in the 90s. So part of it is, when you're growing up, you only have so much time and money to collect music, and you're going to school, and you have to pay attention to all sorts of other things. So part of it is, I just was sort of at maximum capacity when I was growing up in terms of the different musical interests I had and the amount of time I had for them. But it's really cool now to go through these artists that I knew by name or reputation to get a fuller sense of what their music legacy has been. So big shout out to Pat, big shout out again to Han Solo for sharing this. Do let me know what you think. I will see you next time. Peace.